What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Martu Saucy back with another video. How to overcome anxiety. Now, the reason why I'm going over this topic is because I notice a lot of people have social anxiety, whether it's they're scared to talk around a lot of people, they're afraid to fail, and I just want to talk about this because it seems like a lot of people go through this. Even I went through this, I feel like everybody has a stage in their life where they go through social anxiety or where they have social anxiety, whether they realize it or not. Because even me, when I was younger, I was always real self-aware. So sometimes I would have anxiety and I'll be like, what is going on? Why am I feeling like this? But then I would really think about it and I'll be like, man, oh, okay, I see what's going on. I was nervous about this, or I felt some type of way about failing, or, embarrassing myself and different things like that. But I want to tell y'all, one of the main ways I got over it was by taking risk and really facing my fears, because my whole thing throughout my whole life was facing my fears. I always wanted to prove myself wrong. It would be so many, I would have a list of fears in my head, and I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna face these. So I'll face the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Then it just became a normal thing for me to just try shit, And it wasn't always like that. It wasn't until I put in my mind, what's the worst that can happen? And you can't do that unless you fail. You have to fail. So you have to be able to accept failure for what it is. And once you're able to accept failure, you'll be able to work around it. So no matter what you do, you'll be able to be confident in it, no matter what it is. Because at the end of the day, you won't be losing anything as far as failure goes. And that's my thing. But everybody's different. I feel like everybody has their own way of how they handle things. And I'm just giving y'all some tips and some tricks on how you can get rid of your social anxiety. But one thing I noticed is that most people with high social anxiety don't really have a lot of confidence in themselves. And to build confidence in yourself is to not only know yourself, but understand your true potential and who you are. And the only ways you can really unlock your true potential and your full potential is by knowing what you want. So if you don't know what you want, if you don't know where you want to be, if you don't know yourself and who you are, you can't unlock your full potential. And you definitely can't unlock your full potential if you're not facing your own fears. But if you don't know your fears, what fears can you face? So I'm about to break this down more and more and more. The first thing I would suggest to anybody who's dealing with really bad social anxiety is to understand that social media is not going anywhere. Meaning that you need to take a break from social media. Take a break from social media. Because what social media does is it gives you instant gratification. Instant gratification is something that keeps you from feeling like you have to face your fears. It keeps you from feeling like you have to know yourself. It keeps you distracted. So you realize when you're on these social media apps, when you're on these websites and different things like that, you look at everybody else's life. You look at everything else except yourself. So you can't really spend time to really dig deep inside of who you are because you're too distracted on what's going on in Japan, or what's going on in another state or another country, and what this celebrity is doing and what new house they got or chain or car. You can't really focus on yourself. So that's what social media does. It distracts you from who you really are. So if you have it, I would suggest for you to take a break from social media and really take some time to yourself to figure out who you are. And one thing I realized is that it is okay to be bored. Like, it's not a bad thing to be bored, because eventually, as you are bored, you will find things to do. Like, imagine before we had all these phones, all these devices, television, different things like that, what do you think people were doing? Nothing? You think people were just sitting there? No. They found things to do. They created things. They made up new ideas and new inventions and different things that they can try, and different sports, different everything as far as art. Why do you think some of the best artists and some of the best, they're from a long time ago? Some of the best of the best. I mean, they probably passed by now, but their art will last forever, because there was nothing to replicate. That's why their art and stuff stands out so much, because with social media, you're able to look at something. So our first habit in our mind as human is to replicate what we think is the best. So the reason why so many people want to be like so many other people and want to look like and have the life and have this is because they feel like it's the best, because they feel like it's nothing better. So they want to replicate it. But then you have to understand that everybody has their own journey and own path. So how can you replicate like somebody else's path? You can't do it. But I'm kind of going off topic. Let me get back on topic. Spend some time to yourself. Really take a break from social media and learn who you are as a person. Once you learn who you are as a person, I promise you, you will be a lot more confident in who you are. Not only while doing that, go out into public. Go into public. Start conversations with people. You don't have to be perfect at all. You can say something simple. You can give them a compliment. It doesn't matter what it is. Say something. Say something. I'm telling you, just say something. I like your shirt. You kind of look like so-and-so. Hey, I like them shoes. Where you get them? Hey, start a conversation. Because what is there to lose? Nothing. You won't lose nothing. You're not going to die if you have this conversation. The person not going to slap you if you have this conversation, have a conversation with them. As long as you're respectful, you will be fine. But you have to learn how to embrace failure. Because once you learn how to embrace failure, what can stand in your way? What can possibly stand in your way? Nothing. Nothing can stand in your way because you embrace failure. So when you fail, it's like, damn, shit. I don't care. I failed, but it's all good. It don't mean nothing. So any opportunity you get, you gonna take it. Because you know deep down inside that, it's a possibility that I can fail. But it's also a possibility that I could succeed. And once you succeed, it's going to give you that confidence. It's going to give you that boost. Because one thing about succeeding and one thing about winning, it gives you confidence. I promise you it does. Because once you win, you ain't never going to want to lose again. But once you lose, you're going to want to know what it feels like to win. So you have to embrace failure. But when you're embracing failure, don't think negatively about yourself and what you want to, like, don't think negatively. Change your thoughts. Think positive. Go into situations with a winning mindset. And I'm going to make a video about this. Go into situations with a positive mindset, a positive outlook. Because if you go in thinking negative, your outcome 9 times out of 10 is going to be negative. If you go into it thinking positive, your outcome 9 times out of 10 is going to be positive, whether you lose or not. You get what I'm trying to say? It's all psychology. But I hope this video helped. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I'm out.